The Philippine Competition Commission imposes 6.5 million pesos fine on ride-hailing firm Grab.
Because that's what I see. I told you my justification. The whole world is at 10, 9, 7.
Senate Justice Committee recommends to lower minimum age of criminal responsibility to 12. And PDEA data shows a spike in the number of children arrested for selling illegal drugs. Good evening. The Philippine Competition Commission has imposed a new fine of 6.5 million pesos against the ride-sharing firm Grab. Rosalie Cos will tell us why.
The Philippine Competition Commission or PCC reported the failure of Grab to perform its pricing commitment. This is particularly in the failure to submit the appropriate report in connection to the amount of fare its passengers have been paying since Grab acquired Uber, its largest competitor during the first quarter operations from August to November 2018. Because of this, PCC has imposed a new fine against Grab of 6.5 million pesos.
May ilang sitwasyon na nakita namin na hindi kompleto or kulang or parang sabi nga namin, bakit parang hindi ito yung dapat na nakastore electronically sa inyong database. Parang meron kayong kailangan gawin, may human intervention na kailangan para makumpleto yung data.
The PCC also said the report is important for the welfare of its riders and to determine Grab's pricing behavior as well as its incentives to maintain service quality.
Pero lahat sila halos related doon sa kanilang pricing commitment. Kasi yun naman ang pinaka-importante sa mga consumers, di ba? Tumaas ba ang binabayad nila sa Grab? Ngayon, para malaman natin yon, kailangan nating may compare yung binabayad ng mga sumasakay sa Grab ngayong wala ng Uber kumpara doon sa panahon na meron pang Uber. So dapat hindi magbabago yon.
Meanwhile, Grab Philippines will file a motion for reconsideration for PCC's penalty. Brian Koo, president of Grab Philippines, said that Grab has limited timeline to meet PCC's deadline, while there is a huge volume of data that they need to extract and prepare. He added given enough time, they can reconcile their data structure with that of the PCCs. Grab also said they want to understand the PCC's rationale for imposing the maximum penalty. Grab has until February 7 to file their motion for reconsideration and 45 days to pay their fine. It was in October 2018 when the PCC first imposed their fines against both Grab and Uber, worth 16 million pesos, because of undue difficulties in connection to the review of their acquisition deal. Rosalie Cos, UNTV News and Rescue, Quezon City.
The Senate Justice Committee will recommend to the plenary to lower the minimum age of criminal responsibility to 12. Joan Nano tells us why.
The Senate Committee on Justice concluded their hearing on the proposal to lower the minimum age of criminal responsibility in the country. Justice Committee Chair Senator Richard Gordon will submit the committee report to the plenary next week, recommending to lower the minimum age of criminal responsibility to 12. Senator Gordon argues that the proposal to amend the Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act is reasonable since it is already being implemented in other developed countries and that a lot of children are being involved in various crimes. Gordon made his decision despite various scientific studies from the experts explaining that children at this age are not yet matured and fully developed and that they don't have the capacity in decision-making. When Senator Gordon was asked on his basis to lower the minimum age of criminal responsibility to 12 years old, he answered,
Because that's what I feel. I'm the chairman because that's what I see. I told you my justification. The whole world is at 10, 9, 7.
The Senate hearing earlier focused on the discussion of the various problems on the implementation of the Amend Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act once Congress approves it. One of this is the inadequate number and insufficient budget for Bahay Pag-asa or Youth Detention and Rehabilitation Center. Add to this is the limited number of social workers who will facilitate on the counseling and intervention programs of minors involved in a crime. However, Senator Gordon is still decided to lower the minimum age of criminal responsibility. The proposal to amend the law is also supported by the Department of the Interior and Local Government Secretary Eduardo Año and Philippine National Police Chief Oscar Albayalde.
Yung accountability at saka yung makita natin yung crime volume na naganap between 12 years old to 15 years old. Medyo malaki-laki siya.
Kasi nakita natin based on statistics, at the age of 10 doon nag-i-spike yung mga, we have statistics to prove this, no? Meron lalong-lalo na sa robbery, no? Lalong-lalo na sa robbery, yung robbery and theft.
Meanwhile, various child rights advocates have gathered earlier in front of the Senate to condemn the proposed lowering of age of criminal responsibility.
Protect our children!
On the other hand, groups favoring the said proposal also showed their support in the Senate. The move was led by several barangay chairmen from Quezon City.
Sapagkat kami yung nakakikita talaga na ang kabataan talaga ay napapabayaan na kaya kailangan talaga bigyan din naman natin ng kaukulang parusa ang mga kabataan.
Joanano, UNTV News and Rescue, Senate of the Philippines.
The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, or PDEA, is in favor of the proposal to lower the minimum age of criminal liability in the country. Grace Casin explains why.
57% of the children aged 9 to 17 rescued by the Philippine National Police in anti-illegal drug operations were into selling illegal drugs. PDEA data from July 2016 to December 2018 shows a total of 1,954 children involved in illegal drug activities.
Bata mismo sumasama sa pag-abot ng shabu at meron pang nasa loob ng drug den, kasama yung mga parokyano, inilalatag sa foil yung shabu, sinisindihan at nakikigamit na rin po.
According to PDEA, it is high time to lower the criminal age of liability from 15 years old to 12 and subject them together with their parents or guardians to a 3-year intervention program instead of just 1 year based on the Congress proposal. But the Commission on Human Rights earlier raised the problem on the lack of Bahay Pag-asa under the implementation of the local government unit.
Kasi hindi lahat ng local government may mga resources for that.
But according to Presidential Communications Operations Office ASEC Ana Marie Banaag, the said problem will soon be resolved once the proposal was enacted into law.
Under House Bill 8858, ang isang bahay pag-asa na nasa probinsya po ay gagawin po ng Department of Social Welfare and Development at popondohan po ito out of sagaan nila or sa General Appropriations Act.
Grace Casin, UNTV News and Rescue, Quezon City.
The Department of Transportation and Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board are set to open 20 new routes at the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange. 10 of the routes to be opened will for passenger buses, 2 for UV Express units, and 8 for public utility jeepneys. The DOTR said this aims to come up with a sufficient number of vehicles to address the needs of passengers at the PITX. Among the routes to be open for buses will be for those bound for Ternate, Indang, Silang, Palapala, Tagaytay, General Lancaster, New City, and Nasugbu, Batangas. Routes to be open for PUJ are for those bound for Imus, Alabang, Tanza, Bikutan, Sucat, Blumentritt, and Bacoor, Cavite. On the other hand, routes bound for Alabang and Tanza, Cavite will be opened for the UV Express vans. Aspiring Filipino singers in the USA will be able to join their counterparts in the Philippines in Wishcovery Season 2. Calvin Manaig will tell us why.
The first Wishcovery USA winner will finally be announced in Los Angeles, California this Sunday. Last December, Wish USA started the open mic auditions to other places in America and Canada like New York, Chicago, Toronto, Hawaii, Vancouver, Edmonton, San Francisco, and many more. From almost 100 wishfuls that joined the open mic auditions, now it is down to 11 semi-finalists. Who will be among Denise Gonzalez, Femelu Javines, Diana Escartin, Bernice Reyes, Maria Panaligan, Ren Anglo, Jericho Hermoso, Audrey Arellano, Martina Javier, Shaira Garrido, and Kiana Cerezo will win for the #1 spot of Camp Odette.
Oh, I don't wanna leave you. Baby, it tears me up inside. But I'll never be the one you needed.
I'm speechless at this point, actually, because competing against so many people.
But no, it feels great. I'm speechless as well. I'm also kind of nervous during this interview right now. So can you imagine when we're actually there next week, right? So, but it feels great.
We fall and we feel like just walking away.
According to Coach Odette, she is looking for someone who has passion in singing. The winner of Wishcovery USA will join the grand finals of Wishcovery Season 2, The Singer and the Song, at the Smart Araneta Coliseum in the Philippines. The Wishcovery USA finals will be aired at youtube.com/wish1075 live at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday or 10:30 a.m. in the Philippines. Calvin Manaig, UNTV News and Rescue, Los Angeles, USA.
Meanwhile, 2 Wishcoveries from Caraga region have been fortunately chosen to move on to the next level of the Wishcovery Season 2, The Singer and the Song. Grace Cassin tells us why.
Singing in the National Wish Bus during the semi-final round of Wishcovery Season 2, The Singer and the Song is a wish come true for Venice Saturnus Camp Top 4 Wishcoveries. Wishcoveries from Mindanao, Trixie Cuadrado, Vingel Tencoy, Angela Medjo, and Ana Ginsisana have given their all in their performances.
Wala na ang lambing na dati nag-aalab sa init. Huwag mong limutin pag-ibig sa'kin na iyong pinadama.
While Veni chose to steal Rydal Garcia from Rani Raimundo's camp for the wild card.
Di mo marinig sa akin ang mga
Rydal and Ana made it to advance to the next stage of the semi-final round.
Ito pong moment na to, isa pong wish granted talaga na talo nga pero na-call back din ngayon, nasa semi-finals na agad.
I'm so grateful na isa po ako sa napili at nakapunta po sa semi. Ibang-iba po siya sa ibang mga contest na nasasalihan ko.
Gusto ko distinct yung tunog ng boses. Yung distinct yung voice na pag nadinig mo siya na. Kumbaga, masasabi natin na meron siyang sariling identity, na hindi siya nangungopia.
Next to show their musical prowess are the 2 Wishcoveries from Boy Christopher's camp, who will be lucky to move up to the next level of the competition tonight at 9:30 at the Wish 1075 live YouTube channel. Grace Cassin, UNTV News and Rescue, Philippines.
Up next on Y News. 3 terrorists killed as troops seize Maute IS camp in Lanao del Sur. And the Members Church of God International receives Jose Rizal Award from the Philippine Blood Center. Thank you for keeping me company in the first part of Y News. More reasons behind the stories with Angelo Castro III and William Thio after this quick break. I'm Angela Lagunsad. Good evening.
Welcome back to Y News. We pick up from where Angela Lagunzad left off. I'm Angelo Castro III. Here are the headlines.
Sana managot lang talaga kung sino yung may pakana doon na iniwan sila sa ere, hindi sila binigyan ng reinforcement agad-agad, na alam ko naman po na pwede yan at kaya yan.
Families of the SAF 44 call for a speedy resolution of cases that stem from the bloody Mama Sapano clash.
Mali-mali yung mga entries. Kasi yung mga na-hire nila doon, hindi nakapag-training ng BIs.
Cotabato City Mayor seeks for the declaration of failure of elections on the Bangsamoro Plebiscite. And prices of liquefied petroleum gas to increase next week. The prices of liquefied petroleum gas, or LPG, will possibly go up next week. Industry players said the price increase will be around 60 centavos to 1 peso and 50 centavos per kilo of LPG. The price of LPG was affected by the movement of oil prices in the international market. The price of LPG has gone up early this month by more than 10 pesos per 11-kilogram tank due to the high oil taxes. The families of the 44 members of the PNP Special Action Force who were slain in Mama Sapano, Maguindanao, are still waiting for what they claim as elusive justice for their beloved fallen heroes. Dante Amento will tell us why.
It has been 4 years today when the 44 members of the PNP Special Action Force were killed in Barangay Tucanalipaw, Mama Sapano, Maguindanao. They laid their lives for the country. Their relatives could not forget their heroism they had shown. Through the Presidential Proclamation number 164, January 25 of every year was declared as National Day of Remembrance. With this, the 5th Special Action Battalion in Zamboanga City leads the 4th year commemoration today. It started with a forced march early this morning and was followed by wreath-laying ceremony. Erica Pabalinas, wife of Police Chief Inspector Ryan Pabalinas, gave her message for the SAF 44 during the commemoration. According to Erica, they are still hoping for the elusive justice.
Sana managot lang talaga kung sino yung may pakana doon na iniwan sila sa ere, hindi sila binigyan ng reinforcement agad-agad, na alam ko naman po na pwede yan at kaya yan.
Nasasaktan pa rin ako hanggang ngayon dahil walang justice hanggang ngayon.
The families of the gallant 44 also lauded the Medal of Valor given by the President to all SAF members died. They have also received the benefits promised by the government.
I love you, Daddy. I miss you. I know you're always here for us. I love you, Daddy. Happy death anniversary.
After the short commemoration program, families of the SAF 44 had the time to talk to each other. It was January 24, 2015 in the evening when more than 300 SAF commandos entered the town of Mama Sapano. 78 of them went with the task to arrest and get a DNA sample of international terrorist Marwan. 36 members of the 55th Special Action Company served as blocking force, while 42 members of 84th Special Action Company Seaborn was the assault team. They successfully killed Marwan, but tension erupted when members of the BIFF, the MILF, and even civilians in the area ambushed them. Of the 78 commandos who went to Mama Sapano, 44 were not able to go back alive. Only one survived when the 36 members of the blocking force and 9 members of the assault team were killed before the Philippine Army arrived to rescue them. Dante Amento, UNTV, News and Rescue, Zamboanga City.
Malacanang, meanwhile, urges the Office of the Ombudsman to resolve with dispatch the case filed against those who recklessly placed the SAF 44 in mortal peril. Presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo said that Duterte administration is one with the nation in demanding justice for them, as well as the prosecution of those responsible for the botched police operation. The government also said it will not allow a recurrence of such tragic events, and those in authority must learn from the mistakes of the past. Troops from the 103rd Haribon Infantry Brigade successfully seized a terrorist stronghold in Sultan Dumalondong, Lanao del Sur, while killing 3 remnants of the Islamic State-inspired Maute group. The 55th Vigilant Infantry Battalion encountered about 24 Dawla Islamiyah Lanao remnants, formerly called Maute ISIS, in an intense gunfight as they approached the terrorist lair at around 8 a.m. Thursday, January 24. The group is believed to be led by Abu Dar, the appointed leader of the DI Lanao group. The initial assault lasted for about 10 hours until the beleaguered terrorists consolidated to their defensive strongpoints. Cotabato City Mayor Frances Cynthia Gianni Sayadi is preparing all evidence to back their petition to be filed before the Commission on Elections, seeking for a declaration of failure of elections in the last Bangsamoro plebiscite. Nel Marie Buhok will tell us why.
The camp of Cotabato City Mayor Frances Cynthia Gianni Sayadi shows some pieces of evidence of alleged irregularities on last Monday's plebiscite for the ratification of the Bangsamoro Organic Law. These include the alleged teachers who are not from Cotabato City that became plebiscite committee members. The mayor said this is questionable as the said non-resident plebcom members are known supporters of BOL.
One factor din na ganun, mali-mali yung mga entries. Kasi yung mga na-hire nila doon, hindi nakapag-training ng BIs. Kaya nga dami-daming problema sa precinct level pa lang.
Mayor Sayadi also alleges that there were ghost voters and intimidation of voters by BOL supporters during the plebiscite.
Ito yung mga pictures ng mga tao who are not residents of Cotabato City. Ayan sila. So, yung mere presence nilang ganyan, talagang natakot yung mga tao.
She said they have the evidence to support the said claims and they will file the petition to the Commission on Elections seeking to declare failure of elections in the city.
Pinag-uusapan nga namin, although the petition's already finished, we're going to file it next week.
Meanwhile, COMELEC said they will just await the petition of the city mayor. The yes vote for the inclusion of Cotabato City in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao is now written in the history of the city. Nel Maribuhok, UNTV News and Rescue, Cotabato City.
The Philippine National Police and the Iloilo City Social Welfare and Development Office will strictly impose curfew among minors this upcoming Dinagyang Festival. Vincent Arboleda tells us why.
11 minors were rescued by the authorities in the first night of a more intensified curfew for minors in Iloilo City last night. This is relative to the implementation of the city ordinance where youths are prohibited to stroll from 10 in the evening until 4 in the morning. This aims to protect them from any untoward incidents now that the Dinagyang Festival, which is set to be celebrated in Iloilo City, is drawing near. The groups that went patrolling last night in the streets and entertainment areas in the city are the Combined Task Force in Iloilo City Police Office, Women's and Children's Protection Office, Iloilo City Social Welfare and Development Office, DSWD, Public Safety and Transportation Management Office, and local government units. The youths that have been rescued include those who were selling in the sidewalks and outside the entertainment areas in Iloilo City. The authorities have emphasized that parents should not use poverty as their reason to send their children to the streets and sell their goods late at night, for they also need to take some rest. The ICPO meanwhile brought to the Quick Response Center of the Women's and Children's Protection Office the children they rescued to interrogate and get some information about their parents. The said youths will be sent to their respective villages after the social workers have done their counseling to the children as well as to their parents. Based on the Iloilo City Police Office record, in the previous Dinagyang celebration, at least 17 minors and 5 ATAs were saved by the authorities who were at once sent home to their parents. The authorities reminded the establishments in the city to not serve or sell alcoholic beverages to minors even during festivities in Iloilo City. Vincent Arboleda, UNTV News and Rescue, Iloilo.
Filipinos are in for several chances of having long vacations this year. But before filing for that dream vacation, they must first know if these holidays are regular or special. Mirasola Bogodil explains why.
Many Filipinos are already checking out holidays as early as the first month of the year. Based on Proclamation number 555 or the Declaration of Regular Holidays and Special Days for the year 2019, the country has 12 legal holidays and 9 special non-working days. But how do regular and special non-working holiday differ? Felicitas Ages, an HR generalist who has over 30 years of experience in human resources, said there are several differences between the two.
Yung regular holiday is actually passed by the law, okay? Na fixed ang dates niya. Independence Day, except for the movable dates like the Lenten season, yung dalawang Muslim holidays natin, yung Idil Fitr and Idil Adha, ang special non-working holiday, they are usually enacted by Congress and approved by the President.
But because many Filipinos are inclined to earn extra pay, they are willing to go the extra mile and work even on holidays. Ms. Felicitas advises employees to make sure they get appropriate compensations when reporting for work on a holiday.
Sa regular holiday, if you are a monthly paid employee, you are paid an additional of 100%. Kasi bayad ka na for that particular day, dadagdagan ka na lang ng additional of 100% or a total of 200%. Ang special holiday is a different story because there is a rule that follows on a no work, no pay principle, which means kailangan pasukan mo siya for you to get paid. At ang payment sa special non-working holiday is 130% or an additional of 30%.
In July 2007, former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo signed Republic Act 9492 or Holiday Economics, in which regular holidays and special holidays are moved to the nearest Monday. This led to having long weekends in those years. But when former President Benigno Noynoy Aquino III took office, he canceled what was termed as holiday economics. Former President Noynoy said holiday economics might lead Filipinos to forget the value of a certain holiday, particularly the commemoration of the death of a hero. Having long and numerous holidays may also discourage foreigners from investing in the Philippines. In 2010, the country had 21 public holidays, compared to 9 in Vietnam, 11 in Singapore, and 12 in Taiwan. This year, among the long weekends Filipinos wait for are the Chinese New Year, Day of Valor in April, and National Heroes Day in August. Filipino employees have different ways to spend their holidays or long weekends.
This is the only time that I can relax. Stay away from work to unwind. Hindi talaga ako nag-spare ng malaking budget for that. But what I really prepare for is my budget for my flight or my travel.
Kumakain kasama with my family sa restaurant.
December. During that time, my kids are not attending school. So that is the time we normally spend shopping. We also look forward to out-of-town trip.
For more information about Philippine holidays, just visit the website of the Department of Labor and Employment. Mirasol Abugadil, UNTV, News and Rescue.
Two new dog breeds will make their debut at the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show next month. Jovic Bermas will tell us why.
Two additional dog breeds will compete in the 143rd Annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. For the first time since 1877, the Grand Basset Griffon Vendins and the Nederlandsche Keukelhundje will be among the 203 breeds and varieties competing in the dog show.
Now, these are breeds that aren't necessarily new. They actually have been around for many years, but they're gaining popularity in the United States, and they earned AKC breed recognition last year.
The Grand Basset Griffon Vendins named Buzz Lightyear is a French hunting breed that will be included in the hound group. They have a very rough, wiry coat and can work all day.
A lot of judges have recognized him over the past year and the previous years before that for when they were in miscellaneous.
The Nederlandse Kooikerhundje named Bandit, meanwhile, is described as breed with a very unique hunting style. Instead of chasing down prey, they would lure the ducks to the nets of the hunters. Both breed are considered wonderful family pets. Also, during the news conference, a group of Dachshunds made their presence known. The Dachshund appeared in the very first Westminster Dog Show and has won the hound group 9 times, but it has never won Best in Show. There will be 76 of the whiner-looking dogs in the competition. More than 2,800 dogs will compete in the 143rd Annual Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show in New York City on February 11 and 12. Jovic Bermas, UNTV News and Rescue.
President Nicolas Maduro orders the closure of the U.S. Embassy and consulates in Venezuela. India launches world's lightest satellite into space. And those are the reasons behind the stories in the second part of our newscast. Y News returns with William Thio. Angelo, Castro III, good evening.